Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I set up my iPad as a second monitor for my PC. As you can see on the screen right now, I'm opening onto the website of the program, which is called SpaceDesk. The function of this app is to make our tablets, iPads, or even another desktop to act as a second monitor. Unfortunately, this application does not have a server app for Mac. So for this setup to work, you have to download two applications. One which is the server on the main PC or laptop, and the other program which is client on your other device, which is either an iPad or the Android tablet. Another requirement for this app to work is that both the server and the client has to be on the same Wi-Fi network. To make the connection between the server and client even much faster, you can enable the hotspot feature found on your PC or laptop. To enable this feature, you have to press on the Windows icon and then search for hotspot. When you see this interface, you have to enable the mobile hotspot, and then you can modify your name of the hotspot and the password of your hotspot. After installing the server application on your main PC, you will see this interface. Make sure that you enable this icon, and if you want the application to start on boot, you have to enable this option. After enabling the server application on the main PC and installing the client application on your tablet or your iPad, make sure that you connect to the Wi-Fi of the PC, not the Wi-Fi of the router, for better performance of the application. Some of you who are using a PC may not have this feature enabled, and that's because maybe you don't have a Wi-Fi in your motherboard. If that's your case, then you just need to buy a Wi-Fi USB dongle to have this feature enabled in your PC. For laptops, all laptops have Wi-Fi with mobile hotspot is available in laptops. Now here is the screen record of my iPad after installing the client application and connected to the hotspot of my main PC. Now we click on the connection. Now as you can see here is a preview of iPad as a second monitor, and now you will see that I'm now moving my mouse in the second monitor. Now I can open, for example, V4G and then drag it to the second monitor. So now with the blenderfordental is on the second monitor, now we are going to open the guide designer. And then we are going to have a new slicer project and enable 3D slicer connection. Now we will see that the slicer is being opened on the main screen. Now we are going to finalize the connection between 3D slicer and Blender by pressing on this button. Then we are going to return to blenderfordental and then, for example, import an implant. As you can see here, the implant in blenderfordental is now synchronized into the 3D slicer, but all the movements we are going to do to the implant is going to be on Blender. So now we have the second monitor. We can move the implant, do our rotations and do our modifications, while we have our main screen, as you can see here, mainly for visualizing the implant and the DICOM files. And now here is the case that I have been working on. Now after opening the guide designer and connecting guide designer with the 3D slicer, now when I press on this implant and rotate it, all the movements that I'm doing is synced into 3D slicer, as you can see here. So now with this setup, I can concentrate on the main screen with the X-rays. Now with this view, I can see the implant from the axial, coronal and sagittal views, and then keep adjusting until I'm comfortable with the planning. And that's how I set my iPad as a second monitor. It's really useful when using for the applications like Guide Designer, where we have to open blenderfordental and 3D Slicer at the same time. so you can put one of them on the first monitor and the other on the second monitor. A bonus tip: if you really want to have a more real estate of the 3D slicer, you can go to the View, Appearance and Model panel, which hides the panel that was here, so now you can even have more real estate while working with 3D slicer. And this concludes the video about setting your tablet or iPad as a second monitor. I hope you like this video and see you next time.